When to take Social Security early. All right, so let's dive into this. I was working with a guy today, client who's 10 years younger than his wife. He makes real good money. His wife has no Social Security benefit whatsoever. So the question that comes to mind is, should he take it early? Now, he doesn't have to make that decision yet, but it's a good question. It's a good question. So a couple of things that he was not aware of, and I don't think a lot of people are. If he takes that 62, so his wife, again, is 10 years older, right? So the earliest he can take it is at 62. She will then be 72. So if he takes it, just for simplicity, say his PIA, and we're going to dive into this with the spreadsheets here in just a second, but say his PIA is $3,000 a month, and he takes that 62. Well, he'll probably get about $2,200 a month because he's taking it early. But his wife, who will then be 72, beyond her full retirement age, she will get half of his PIA even though he took it early. I hope that makes sense. So he will get $2,300, but she's going to get $1,500 because she took it because she gets half of his PIA as long as when she takes her spousal benefit, it's over her FRA. A lot of confusion there. I get it. We're going to dive into this. But so the question is, all right, if you wait till 67, you'll get $3,000 a month, and then your wife will get $1,500 a month, but she'll be 77. So if you wait till 67, you'll get $4,500 a month. If you take it at 62, you'll get $2,200, and your wife will get $1,500. All right. So if you take it at 62, you'll get $2,200, but your wife will get $1,500. So you'll get $1,500 plus $2,200 is $3,700. Or you could look at it differently and say, by you taking at 62, you are reducing your benefit by $800 a month and wish to give your wife a benefit of $1,500 from the years from 62 to 67. So by you sacrificing $800 a month a year, you're allowing your wife to get $1,500 a month. Now, if you don't sacrifice that, you'll get more than that at 67, your full retirement age, and she'll be 77. It's a tough one. So let's dive into this. We'll do some software on this. So I'm a part of the Savvy Social Security Planning. I haven't been on here lately, so I need to because they got good stuff. So we're going to go to this calculators. I pay, I think, $2,000 a year to have this, I think is what it is. I think you don't have to be an advisor. You can sign up for this too. All right, so we're going to go down to launch Social Security Spousal Planning Calculator. And I think, I guess I didn't have a profile in there. I thought I'd say something. All right, so let's create a new client. And we're going to say we got Bob, we got Jane. Oops. And we're going to say Smith. We're going to say Bob was born 01/01/1958. We'll say 58. Yeah, okay. We're going to say Jane was born 01/01/1948. Yeah, okay, good. And we'll say Bob's PIA is $3,000 a month. We're going to say Jane's a big fat goose egg. Jane doesn't have 40 quarters of earnings, so she won't get any Social Security. We're going to say defective. Please, so let's say 90 for their life expectancies. And we'll do a 2% COLA. All right, benefit unclaimed, benefit unclaimed. Okay, cool. So let's hit save. Let's see what we come up with here. We're going to say suggested scenarios. All right, so they compared 182 scenarios in less than, wow, is that 1 second? Man, that's crazy. All right, so scenarios 1, both claim early. All right, so here we got Bob claims in October at 62. He'll get $2,300 a month, and Jane will get her spousal benefit $1,500. So again, if Bob claims early, it doesn't give Jane less. Only Jane gets less if she claims her spousal benefit early. I cannot stress this enough. She gets her full spousal benefit, which is half of Bob's benefit, at once she is beyond her FRA, even if Bob claims early. All right, so in this case, they'll get $1.446 million of income. So Bob will sacrifice $700 a month at age 62 to allow Jane to get $1,500 a month, all right? If we both claim an FRA, so Bob would wait until he's Again, we got a 2% cost of living. So Jane would get $1,500 a month plus the 2% cost of living for the next 5 years. So she gets $1,624. Bob will get $3,247, but he'd have to wait till 21, 22, 23, and basically 3.5 years, basically 4 years for the most part. Almost 4 years because his FRA is 66 and 6 months. 3.5 years. There you go. So they'd make about $1 million more, not a million, $100,000 more there. But by the time Jane's collecting, she's 76 years old. What's the likelihood they're going to enjoy that? If Bob waits till he's 70, Jane won't be able to collect until she's 80, 10 years from now. So her $1,500 a month benefit will grow to $1,757, where Bob's will get the delayed earnings credit, so he'll get $4,523. But Jane will be 80. $1,600, $1.6 million. All right, so Bob, if they wait until they're 70 for Bob, that'll be the window. If Jane can't get anything until Bob collects, so she gets nothing. So they're getting zero from now until 70, but then they'd add 1.655 million. But the bulk of that would be just for Bob because Jane will be gone after 10 years. I don't like that. Anyway, so you can see 1.6 million, 1.5 million, 1.4 million. Is it worth 200,000 to wait till you're 70? No way, man. All right, I think we got a spreadsheet. Yeah, let's hit create report. It's working. Is it? I'll be working my way back to you, babe, with a perfect love inside. I'll be working my way back to you, babe. It's down here. With the happiness you find. Oh, yeah. All right. So let's see, we got prepare for by me with my monkey suit. All right, let's go down here. I just want to see the all right, spreadsheet stuff they got. Okay, we got that. All right, we got that. All right, here's the spreadsheet stuff. All right. So here they claim, if they both claim early, and now Jane, she's already there. So when Bob claims, Jane's going to get it. You can see Bob will get a reduced benefit, so he'll get his first full year, he'll get $28,000, and Jane will get $18,000, so they'll get $46,000 their annual benefits. That ain't bad, man. And then by the time Jane dies, they will have had $1 million. So Jane will die at Bob is 80, Jane will be 90, so they'll have collected $1 million. Okay, good. So they'll have $1 million to spend between now and when Jane dies. Now Bob will just keep going along. He'll sacrifice her benefit, but he'll keep going along. So $1 million by the time Jane dies. So let's go. If they wait until let's just okay. I forget that. Let's just if they wait until Bob's at FRA, by the time Jane dies, they'll collect less than $1 million. Yeah. So look. So Jane dies there. They've only collected $986,000. So, I mean, if you look at it for how much will Jane be accessible to, you definitely want to take it before FRA. And I imagine it's the same thing if we wait until 70. So here, Bob will collect at 66. He'll get $39,000 a year. Jane will get $20,000 a year. So they get significantly more benefit, $59,000 versus if they collect at full early benefit, $69,000 versus $50,000, so $20,000 more, but they're going to only have Jane will only be around to collect this for 14 years essentially, in the latter part of her 70s. Anyway, so $986,000. That doesn't work. All right, so we keep going down to say Bob defers until he's 70. By the time Jane dies, they'll only collect $917. So even though they ultimately make more with Bob collecting later, the bulk will be just, I mean, look at this. They're going to collect $917,000 over Jane's and Bob's life, and then Bob will collect another $700,000 and $50,000 basically after Jane dies. So that's, I mean, look, Jane's annual benefit, she's only going to get $256,000, where Bob's going to get 1.4. Where Jane here gets $328,000, Bob gets 1.2, and if she collects that, if he takes it early, she gets 400. Yeah. So the answer in this regard is absolutely Bob should collect early without question. Now, if you're looking at the total benefit, which doesn't make sense to me, you would say Bob should wait till he's 70. That's just dumb. Don't. Bob should collect at 62. It will be reduced, but between he and Jane, they'll collect the most between them, even if it's the least in the total amount. I think that's a trade-off worth making. Love to hear your thoughts. We'll see you.